Good morning, everybody. My throat is killing me, um, but I'm gonna make it through the day. I'm gonna try to just work it out. It just feels a little rough right here, but other than that, I feel pretty good. Uh, you guys could kind of tell in the last Coffee Crockers at the very end, my throat was kind of itching and stuff, but luckily, I got an awesome girlfriend that's a nurse, and she kind of hooked me up with some stuff to take, told me what to get, and it's getting better. It just kind of hits harder in the morning. But I got a video coming out today on the Crockers. Pretty excited. Finally, it took way too long for this bathroom build. You guys got a sneak peek in the last video, and it's definitely different. A lot of you guys started really, like, I guess, pausing the video, slowing it down, looking at the sneak peek of the bathroom, and it's different. It's definitely different. It's different enough that when I sent a picture to my family, which the picture with my cell phone made it look, the color's a little weird, stuff like that, but Matt was like, man, that's kind of abstract, all right. And then Jared was like, you use that on the shower walls? And then my dad was like, just make sure you do this and it'll be good. And then my mom, of course, was just like, I love everything you do. I support you. And so everyone needs a mom like that. She'll tell you if you're doing something bad, but if you're just out there making life decisions that can't harm you, she'll support you. But this is a non-conventional bathroom build. And I mean, from top to bottom, it's in a weird spot in the shed. I have definitely built it different than a normal person probably would. I did the bottom a way I've never done before. I normally would just use like a shower pan, just put a shower pan in there, then tile the walls. I did it completely different this time. I will not be living in that house the rest of my life. So I figured, since it's a small project and it did cost a lot more money than I expected to do everything, but it's a lot cheaper than building a huge shower and stuff. So I wanted to kind of experiment and try. Again, it was my first time ever to do that, and it's not perfect at all, but I think it'll be fine, especially for the type of showers that will be taken out there. They'll be really fast. It's off-grid, so you don't just stand in the water and just let it just run and run and run. You get in, you get out. It's a lot less wear and tear, if you want to call it that, on the showers. A lot less water going to be in there. Yes, if it's going to leak, it'll still leak, but it's just a lot different, I guess, than a normal shower. So I am very interested to see, once I get the plumbing set up, how well it works. Will it drain good? Does the water go towards the drain correctly? How are the walls holding up? Is the shower too small? Was it bigger than I expected? All those questions, you guys will have to stick around and, see how it all plays out, the same as, I have to. And I think that's the beauty of it is I'm literally going in this not knowing anything. I mean, this was a completely different build than I've ever done. Again, like, no knowledge with doing a concrete bottom and then the little tile. I've never done like the small 1-inch tiles. Like, I've never done the shower walls like I did. So I'm hoping it'll inspire somebody to go for it. If you're trying to build something, maybe you don't have the money to pay somebody, maybe you don't have the money to build like a huge fancy shower, but you got an idea, go with it. It's your house. If it doesn't work, tear it out and do it again. Yes, you could really cause a lot of damage if you let it go too long and it's leaking, like all the stuff. But at the same time, the beauty of it is you built it, you know how it was made. So if say part of the floor is leaking. You know why it's leaking. So now you can fix that mistake. Maybe the plumbing on it's not working good. Well, you put that in. Now you know how to fix your mistake because you're going to learn from your mistakes. And that's honestly how I started doing all my stuff. I've never claimed to be an expert. I've never claimed to even say that I know what I'm doing. It's just all trial and error. But that's how you learn in life with no matter what it is. You can go try to get a job and you're just not going to know what to do. You're going to have to learn it. And it's a lot easier when you have a teacher and they can teach you. But a lot of people learn stuff by trial and error. That's how it originally started with anything back in the day. How did people learn something? You just try it and it's gonna fail. There's no way around it. It's gonna fail. You can't be an expert first go around. So if you guys learn anything from my videos, again, I don't think they're educational at all, other than the fact of, hey, this is what I did, this is what messed up, this is how I think I should fix that mistake. But take my failure and then put your own input on it, and then do what you need to do, how you see fit with your project. So I do not mind being that guinea pig. I don't mind spending my time and my money and resources and all that stuff to try and figure something out, and then hopefully you guys learn from it. So I don't like to really talk about like haters and stuff like that. Yes, I bring them up, but I bring it up for a reason, because some people, like, there's been a few comments that are like, all wrong, everything you did wrong, I've been doing showers for 20 years, it's not gonna work. And I'm like, well, instead of just saying that, why don't you tell me what I did wrong? Don't just lecture me on it. How do I fix it? If you're watching my stuff and you're an expert and you have 20 years of knowledge, and you're watching me, a first time person trying this, don't just say, hey, you're stupid, you did it wrong, because I could do the same thing. I can give you a camera and be like, here, put out video quality like I do, and you probably wouldn't even know how to turn on the camera and mess with any settings. I'm not gonna make fun of you. I'm just gonna say, hey, here's how you do it. This is like the quick 3 things you need to learn, and you can start doing videos. It's better to tell someone they did something wrong and then tell them how to correct it or what they could have done differently, than just say, you're an idiot, like, you messed up. So unfortunately there will be haters on everything you do in life, on me on YouTube, and then you just in your normal life. It's gonna happen. There's nothing you could do about it. But the best thing you could do is, if someone says it to you, instead of getting mad, I've just been responding and be like, okay, I have no knowledge in that. That's correct. What did I do wrong? How do I fix it? Don't just lecture me, teach me. And it's taken a long time for me to say that, because back in the day I'd be like, beep, 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 like, I'd just go off on them. But I've learned over the years, it's like, that's not how you're going to learn. And then you're not going to teach a hater. We have to teach haters as well, because they don't know better. They're ignorant, and they say these things, and they don't realize that they're being ignorant about it. So if someone tells you something and they're like, you're stupid, just be like, okay, instead of calling me stupid, how do I learn from this? What did I do wrong? Teach me. Trust me, I thought I would never say that, but I think that's the best thing to do. Is there's nothing wrong with good criticism and trying to teach someone. It's just learn how to say it. And again, I have not always been this guy, so it's hard for me to preach that as much as I can, but I've been on both sides of it, and it gets you nowhere. So you're better off just admitting, like, all right, probably shouldn't have said it that way, here's how to learn from it. You go from there. So I guess going back to like the original conversation, what I'm trying to get at is, do I regret doing the bathroom the way I did? Absolutely not. At this point, I haven't fully used it, so there might be things I've learned or that I need to learn from it, from the mistakes, but I don't regret it because I'm learning new skills. And that's, in my head, the only way to learn is just to try. Sometimes you have a teacher and sometimes you don't. So don't be scared to try something. That's just, I can't say that enough. I remember back, and I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, but it kind of is, I guess, a little bit. Jared, my brother, he wouldn't really build, he wouldn't, really do anything. He'd be like, I don't know how to do that. And then he wouldn't have to do it because he'd just be like, I don't know how to do that. It's like, all right, well, let's build something on the house. I don't know how to do that. So he just wouldn't do it. Well, it gets to the point where I'm not around and he needs something done. So now he has to try to figure it out. He may call me, he may call my dad, he may get on YouTube. But the thing is Jared has come a long way. He is building on his house. He did a lot of stuff on like the shooting shack. He's putting plumbing in, going to his barn. He is, putting up insulation. Like, he doesn't know how to do the wiring. I barely know how to do that, and I won't even say that. I can make it work, but he's redone his kitchen. He's done like the new beams on the ceiling. He's put wood on the ceiling. He's done, all this type of stuff that I don't think he ever thought he could do. And I think that's the beauty of it is like you get to watch these videos where he's learning along the way, and he'd be like, screwed that up. And then he'll literally a few videos later take it all down and redo it. You learn from your mistakes, and there's nothing wrong with making mistakes if you're willing to learn from them. So, I mean, I could say this over and over and over, but I guess what Jared and I, and even Matt's starting to build and stuff. Not as much as Jared and I, but he's trying. He's done some stuff that, in Jared's house, he's helped out with all that. And Matt was always the type that's like, I don't know. Jason, you and Dad have the building genes, and Jared and Matt were always like book smart. And I'll probably never be book smart, but Jared and Matt are learning these skills, and I think it's awesome to see. And, yes, it sucks, especially when you're on YouTube and you're trying to learn, because you put a video out and people could just sit there and just ridicule you and just tear you apart and just every little thing you do wrong. But the thing is, and this is what I always say to people that try to bash me in my comments, I just put a video out, Crockers, of my leaf blower, and I was like, took 2 years to finally do this, and people thought it was about building my house. And this guy was like, only took you 2 years to not finish a tiny house. And I just commented back, I just said, how long did it take you to build your house? You probably didn't. You're probably sitting in a house someone else did while you're watching someone else work. So you could sit there and talk about someone all day, but if you're not doing anything yourself, you're even worse. If you're bashing someone that did something wrong. So if there is people like that telling you stuff, just blow it off. Those people don't mean anything. They're just miserable, and they try to bring people down to their level. But the cool thing is we have a lot of people in this little community on YouTube that is strong together. And, there's a lot of channels out there. Like, I think the best example, and I talk about them all the time, Corey and Cynthia Davis. Again, Danielle and I absolutely love watching their stuff. We think they're very genuine people, but they're not the type that you ever thought would have been on YouTube. After meeting them, and then them, being like, hey, we get we got anxiety, we don't like going out in crowds, stuff like that. Like, there's certain things that kind of scare Cynthia. She's overcoming these things. She's learning. She's putting these videos out, clearly with Corey, and they're learning along the way. There's trial and error. It's kind of funny. It's awesome, but it's funny at the same time. Is if you go back to their first videos to where they're at now, I think they're almost like 60 videos in, you see the evolution of it. And they never would have got to where they're at now if they just didn't go for it. And so, they were kind of scared at the beginning. They even said that. They're like, oh, I don't know. And then now they just went live. And it was on Ridge Life's channel, but that was a huge step. And now they might start going live on their channel. And it just shows that no matter what you're doing in life, don't be scared to try it. The worst thing is you're going to try it. You don't like it. You don't have to do it again. But at least you can say, I tried it. I don't like it. Or I tried it. I didn't do well, but I learned from it. And now I'm progressing. I'm getting better. And I saw this thing, and it's as dumb as it is. I hate memes and stuff like this. But it said if every single day for a year you try something and you get a little better, even 1% every day for a year, you're going to be 365% better than you were a year ago. Just every day, an extra like 1%, which is so little. But as long as you're trying every day and you're learning, you're always going to get better. So, to wrap it up, basically, don't be scared to try something. Don't be scared to do what you need to do, to try to learn new skills, try stuff. Someone will always bash you and tell you did something wrong, that they're better. But at the end of the day, you do you. You have fun with it, learn from it, and it'll be great. There won't be any problems at the end of the day because you learn from your mistakes. And it's like Danielle and I say, you may lose. You got to take the L, turn it into a lesson, and then you got to win. So I'll leave you guys on that. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to try to take some medicine, picking up some building supplies so we can get some more work done. Catch you on the next.